Hello and welcome to our second podcast. My name is Shamir Panchal and we also have Kieran Panchal, my cousin, and now to talk about some interesting topics. So first of all, how you been, Kieran?
Yeah, not too bad. As you can see, the trim's got worse. The trim just gets worse as the day goes on. It's so annoying, man. It's so frustrating. But other than the trim, I'm doing good. Just trying to keep busy, recording episodes, recording new videos. But yeah, all good.
Good. Yeah, I can agree with you with the hair, man. I've started growing little wings on my ears from like the long hair and stuff. My barber's gonna be in for a treat with this hair, man.
I think barbers are the most underrated people in the world.
I swear, man. They're gonna put their charges up to like £50 per haircut now. What?
It's gonna be jacked up.
Cool. Let's get into it. So, we've been both putting out content. We've been both recording YouTube videos, podcasts, little Instagram
subscribe.
And first of all, I really like your Instagram stories with the new music. If you want to just describe it to the viewers.
Top 3 tunes. So I started doing this I'd say about 2 years ago, where I obviously I'm a big music fan. I listen to loads of music. And one of the things that I really found is other than the charts and stuff you hear on radio, I found it really difficult to find new music. Yeah. This was at the time Spotify and Apple Music was still kind of growing, and they weren't as big as they are now in helping you kind of find new music. So I thought, you know what, I come across some new tunes or tunes that I've been listening to that week, and I've been that have been really catchy or something like that. And I decided, you know what, I might as well share them on my Instagram. So every week I post 3 new tunes that are either new, as in came out that week and I've been listening to, or just songs that maybe I've been really late on, and kind of just I've maybe caught up with, but actually they're really, really catchy. So that's been really, really good. And I do the first Friday of every month, I do throwback tunes. Just to bring it back, it's mainly...
I love them ones.
Those are always the ones that get me the most comments. It's every month, it's I get a couple of comments and people message me being yo, that's a sick song, or I've heard that one, it's a banger. But every month for the throwback tunes, everyone's just gassed. I get messages yo, that one brought back so many memories, or oh my god, I remember I was at uni when that song came out, or something like that. And man, those throwback tunes are the ones that really do get the hype. So yeah, man, I continue to do it. My Instagram is down below, so go check it out and come back every Friday. Those videos are also now on TikTok as well.
I saw you putting those on TikTok.
You know what? We talked last time around recycling content and getting it on different platforms.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to do there, right? Create the same piece of content, but get it on TikTok and onto Instagram. So I've been doing that, and I'll continue to do it as long as I get good feedback on it, and lots of people still message me about it. So I've kind of become known for that a bit on Instagram, which is good in terms of my close friends and family, which is awesome, because that's exactly 100%. What I want.
You're the music recommendation guy now.
Yeah, exactly. The amount of people, even if it's not a huge group of people, but even people in my family, when they talk about music or they talk about a certain type of music, they always come to me, and that's awesome, 100%. Right? That's come from me sharing that content. So I'll continue to do it. It's good fun.
It is. It's very enjoyable to watch. Every Friday I look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm glad, mate. I'm glad you enjoy.
So, how much YouTube content have you been putting out? We've been putting out quite a lot recently, haven't we?
Well, you've been smashing it, right? I've seen your vlogs and stuff. Even though they might be short vlogs, they still take time to shoot, edit.
Oh my word.
So I think that I don't necessarily think sometimes that's appreciated. Sometimes you see
100%.
You see a 2-minute video and you're oh man, 2 minutes, is that it? But actually sometimes loads of effort could have gone into...
if you haven't checked out my vlog, links below obviously, or just on my YouTube, but I'm gonna show this on camera. So we've got here, so I'll put the camera up on my cupboard, with the GoPro, with this in fact, my Gorilla Pod, just to get that shot. It's the effort that goes into these recordings of videos. I don't think the average person can kind of see it. They appreciate the flow of it, and I think that's what's really good about it. Let's say for example a film, there'll be loads going into one shot and one shot only, and and it will flow very nicely with the film, but that's the reason why it flows nicely with the film, because they took time and effort to create that. And now that I've been using like new Adobe programs like Photoshop, the first thing I did was record a thumbnail. Make a thumbnail, with the classic glow around. The person.
With the classic YouTube glow. What do you think of that, man? That's it.
That's it. You feel like a master.
Now I know how everyone does it. That's what you know.
And then that gave me the confidence to go on to Premiere Pro. And man, I was editing on an iMovie. And now that I'm on Premiere Pro, I just looked at it and I was like, what are all these panels and everything? And
it's a big step up.
What you realise is, holy smokes, that this is what professionals use. Like, filmmakers, actual filmmakers. So it's definitely crazy. I think I might need to get a more powerful MacBook now.
Well, that's the thing, right?
I've given myself a reason.
That's the thing, right? You end up you want to make more interesting videos and things like that, which means you need to learn new things. But then that means, one, you need to have the ideas. Two, you need to execute it, i.e., your equipment for cameras and stuff. And then you 100%. Need the right editing software and stuff like that. I think the thing that people often get in their heads around things like that is that you need expensive stuff to create content, and to some extent, you need some level of stuff, right? Like,
you need, 100%.
But it's by no means like a be all and end all. Like, if you can, the amount of people that started vlogging on their phones and the amount of people that still do vlog on their phones, that is,
man.
It still is based on how good phones are these days, right? It's still a very, very good way to record, and I think sometimes maybe people use equipment as an excuse not to create content.
100%.
Whereas that's just BS, right? You just need some equipment to do videos, and if you, as you said, right, people appreciate the flow and the story. You can still tell that even if the quality isn't full HD or whatever.
Exactly.
And that's the stuff that people come back for, right? That's the personality of the person and what they're talking about or whatever. That's what you come back for, rather than
the actual quality of the shot and all this. Well,
exactly.
Like the quality of the video. Because like I put a video out and the title was, I shot this on my iPhone, and quite literally, like, I just shot it on my iPhone. I went out for a walk, looked at the camera, shot the video, a whole video on my iPhone, audio, everything. And it's like, compared to like the G7X I got in my hand right now, they're not too far off. Obviously with the G7X there's more like depth of field, there's a little bit better quality. But then you kind of just realise, hold up, my iPhone is recording in 4K and my G7X is 1080p. So which one has the better quality? And there's a saying, definitely, right? Like, the best camera is in fact the camera that you've got on you.
100%. And the camera also is only as good as the operator, i.e. the person behind it. So like, you can have a mad camera, right? If you don't know how to use it, you're not going to be getting the most out of it.
Exactly.
I actually did a very similar video to you. I think back when I got my iPhone 10, which was probably 2.5 years ago now, I did a vlog called, and I think I called it like, "What's Different, Kieran?" And basically I recorded the entire vlog on my phone. The thing I found about it, though, that really made me realise that I can't really vlog or make videos that way, was in like nighttime or low light.
100%.
Like, I have a mirrorless camera, so I have like a Sony A6300. And the good thing about that is, obviously I have the interchangeable lenses, right? So if I'm shooting in lower light, then I can change my lens to make sure I am equipped for that. Whereas I can't do that on my phone, which is a bit of a problem. But I have the advantage on my phone of being able to see myself. Like, my camera doesn't have a flip out, flip up or flip out.
Like the G7, the classic vlogging camera.
That is the classic vlogging camera. The old G7X. So
it's the bait one that everyone knows.
But they have pros and cons, right? Each way has pros and cons. But I would say anyone watching this, right, who's thinking about starting a vlog or starting any type of video, right, even if it's just a kind of video podcast episode like what we're doing here. Don't use equipment as an excuse. Just work with what you have. Try and improve where you can. Maybe you can sort out things in the edit that make it look better.
100%.
But don't let that stop you, man. Don't let that be a hindrance to your progress.
It's only a hinder if you like run out of storage and you have to buy more storage or something, but that's about it.
Yeah, that is that's kind of a problem, but again, that's a very side problem, right? Only if you're recording tons and tons of videos should that be a problem. But for most people, even if you have a 32 gig iPhone, you're fine.
You have enough space, yeah.
You're fine. You don't have anything to worry about.
Let's get a little bit deeper on this topic. So, like, why do you make content on YouTube? Like, what's the why behind it?
Good question. Interesting. I don't think anyone's ever asked me that. I think people know I post stuff, but I don't think anyone's ever asked me why. One, why I started doing it, and two, why I continue doing it. So I guess, I've been watching YouTube, and like YouTube's been my like main source of video content like since I was like 16, which for me was 11 years ago, right? Which is a long time ago. Yeah, it's crazy. It's mad. It makes me feel so old, right? But I kind of started watching YouTube when like the likes of KSI were first kind of starting out, right? And I'm like the same age as him, right? So which is why I really feel like I've grown up, particularly like with the Sidemen.
100%.
And I think for me, it was one of those things where I watched it for so many years, and I went to uni and necessarily thought I didn't have the time or equipment to produce videos. But then I was just watching videos, and I was like, you know what? Like, I can do this as well. And so that's when I started doing stuff. It wasn't necessarily, I didn't really know kind of what direction I was trying to go in or anything like that. But I knew that I wanted to just produce stuff, and I kind of liked the process of learning to edit videos. Learning was Final Cut back then, and now Premiere Pro. I kind of liked that process, which was really great. And I know I'm still learning things now, right? Like even editing these videos, right? I haven't edited a video like this before, so that's something new. Even though it's not super complicated, it's just something. It's different, right? It's something to learn. But I think for me, like, and this is I do like the sound of my own voice. I some people won't admit to that. I
it's
will
a
admit to that.
well-curated voice.
I would admit to that. I enjoy talking, and that's why I have this podcast. I have two other ones that are kind of on a bit of a break right now, but I kind of just enjoy that, and I love talking to other people, like my friends, my family, like you. I kind of just I don't know. I just enjoy that, and I think why not? And even now, right, when I look back at some of the videos, like I look back at, so I shot a vlog in Boston when I was there 2 years ago.
Yeah, that was a good vlog.
And I watched it again like about a month back, and I was like, you know what? Like that holiday I had was sick. Like I was traveling on my own, it was great, and now I have that recorded and all like kind of documented. And so I can, whenever I want, go back and watch that and just completely relive that holiday. Whereas otherwise I might have forgotten things, or maybe just have one or two photos of things.
That's very true.
And I think for me, like that, if anything, right, like it's just if I can just create a library of like things I've done and all that type of stuff. Like I would love, or I will love, in another 20 years time, right, when I'm 47, which is very scary.
Yeah, that's crazy.
to look back at this episode and be like, geez, when I was 27,
what we were talking about.
We were talking about this, our relationship was like this. We were talking about this stuff. This was what was big at the time. And it just brings back like so many memories, which I think is like, again, another big reason why I'm kind of doing this stuff. But what about you, right? Like again, I think me and you were a little bit similar in terms of like, we like producing things and creating things, but like why, the same questions to you, right? Why did you start, and why are you continuing?
So like I started, when did I first post? I've been through like many videos. I've created many videos. Like I had like that side channel with my girlfriend of like Beauty and the Billionaire. Like, and that was
I remember that one.
Do you remember that? that
I
was
do
just shot
remember
on a
Beauty
GoPro. I've got my GoPro over there. Yeah, like and,
I remember that.
Yeah, it's the whole like you can be creative with it, and like what I love is I love the process of capturing the film. And then put it in post-production and then editing it to like however you want it to be perceived, or you can make something really happy, or you can make something really sad or serious or funny, and just like through the edit. And I think why I carried on with it was like pretty much the same reason, to kind of document. Like I have confidence in myself that I'm going to be successful, like it's a given. So why not document that process? And you know what, like it would be so cool to look back on like the likes of, you know, like really old characters like Jay-Z and all of these people. How imagine they did this, do you know what I mean? And you know what how did they think? And that's why I like doing these podcasts, because it shows how I'm thinking in this current time, whereas in 5 years or even 5 days or whatever, I could think something different. And it gives a good, like, it gives other people like a platform to look back on and be like, oh, this is, you know, this is how it was, this is what he done, and this is how we got there. So like, it's just a documentation of my life, you could say, kind of like a Netflix show split up into different series and stuff. And I think that's why I used to call my videos like episode 1, episode 2. So it kind of can be looked back in that way. And I think why I carried on with it was because like I definitely want to motivate and inspire people. I want to be the person that shows other people that they can do it. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's really important, because I think a lot of people can get discouraged, right? So like, you know, I think you're in the same position as me, right? We're not, you know, I'm not getting, you know, 2 million views per episode or you know, or anything like that, right? But you know, I'm trying to get to this goal of, so I'm on, as the time of recording this, right, I'm on 89 subs, right, which is not a huge deal, right?
More than me.
But I've grown at the beginning of quarantine, right? I was on like 38. And since quarantine started, I've been posting content regularly, and I've got up to 89 now. So my plan is, my goal is to get to 100 by the end of June.
Oh, nice.
So at the moment now, I'm kind of just like focused on not only like quantity of content, but also trying different things. Like this, for example, is something different on my channel. I've started reacting to like music videos. That's something different on my channel. I want to produce different content on my channel, but 2, I kind of just want to experiment and try around with different videos as well, just for my own benefit, right? Even if some people don't enjoy it, I enjoy it.
When you're starting out, that's all you're doing, like experimenting. Like my girlfriend said to me, oh, like the last video that you made was very different from the rest of the videos that you made. Like you'd never done a voiceover. Have you watched it? Did you watch it?
Which one are you talking about?
The every single day one.
Every single day. I don't think I have, man. You're showing me up, bro, but I don't think I've watched it. I don't think I've watched it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think I've watched it.
And and it was very different from like the types of video I make, and that's what I mean. Like when you're starting out, you just kind of like, what's that saying? Like you just get your feet settled into place or something, like, something along those lines of you kind of just feel what's you. Do you know what I mean?
I think as long as you're enjoying it and you're enjoying the process of it, I think, mate, just keep doing it. Like as soon as it becomes a chore and you feel like you have to do it, that's when you probably need to look at either your content or should you be producing stuff or whatever. But I think, mate, as long as you're enjoying it, it's not harming anyone, you're having a good time, you know, there's no downside to not doing it.
Exactly.
There just isn't a downside. So, you know, go ahead and go and enjoy it, man. And, you know, we're not going to necessarily... Sometimes we're in a position in life where, you know, right now, given lockdown and things like that, we do have a bit more time to do things like this. You know, we may not have this in the future. Circumstances might change, and the things you do want to do, you may not have the time for because just life takes over, right?
Exactly.
And you know, you may regret it, and I don't think anyone really wants to like regret things in life. So when you have the time,
it's the worst.
Exactly. So you know, when you have the time, and you have that kind of ambition, or you have just an idea that you want to do, just like go out and do it, man. Like bun it, bun what other people say. If people think you're weird, you know, like I've had people, like I had people, for example, you know, we're talking about the Instagram stories, people replying to some of my videos being like, oh, that's a girly song or whatever. I'm like, bro, I like that song. Like, I don't care. If you think it's honestly a girly song, good for you. But,
man.
Like I enjoy it, man. I'll listen to it in my own time. I'll have a good time. You can sit there and think it's a girly song or hate or whatever, but it's calm, man. It's calm, whatever.
I'm a savage.
Yeah, mate. Like as I said, I don't, you know, you got to have thicker skin than that, right? That's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that's
100%.
like the basic of hate, right? Via YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. But man, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little older right now, so I've kind of grown out of that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really care
No,
about that
yeah,
kind of
you
stuff too
you
much.
understand, like, people have their opinions, and you can't stop
Yeah.
a person from having their opinion, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it's about your reaction to that opinion, and it's like 99% of your life is, you know, your reaction to life, and 1% is actually life happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot is to do with, like, your perspective on how you see things, and if someone is, like, being mean or, you know, hating, for example, like, have some empathy. You know, they might be
Yeah.
going through something. They may, like, be missing someone. They may have
Definitely.
lost someone. Like, who knows what other people are going through. So as long as you in yourself are happy and doing what you love and it's hurting no one else, then just carry on doing what
Carry
you
on,
want to
man.
do.
You
Yeah,
you
yeah.
do. Yeah, you do.
You do
You
you.
do you. You do
It
you.
is what it is.
It is what it is. But like those sayings are like very common for a reason.
Yeah,
It's because it's true.
it's very
Like
true.
people say it, but there is a reason. Yeah, there's a reason
It's-
they're really
yeah,
popular, and it's because
it's
it's,
cliche-
goddamn
yeah, what's the-
true.
Cliche for a reason.
It is a cliche for a reason. There's a reason it's survived all those years, whenever it was first said to today.
100%.
But yeah, so
Yeah, okay. So on that line then, what is something new that you've kind of either it's like self-discovered or read, or do you know what I mean? Like, what is something along those lines that you've been like, oh, this is true. This is true about life. For example,
I guess this is.
Go on. Yeah. For example, myself, right? So I was listening
Yeah.
to a podcast.
Yeah.
It was Dean Graziosi, and he was on about how everything is binary, except from
Okay.
like things like parenting and those complex things, right?
Hmm.
And he was saying that basically everything is binary in the sense of like your productivity and how you're living your day, right?
Yep.
So you're either climbing or you're sliding. Like, there's no such thing as hovering. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Because of how you kind of like live your day.
Yeah.
And we go on to a bit about this, like how we maintain like the type of productivity that we do with these like YouTube videos or
Yeah.
you know, our work outside, and how you set your day up is essentially determined by how you think, your current circumstances, and also where it's going to lead you in life, like the types of successes that you're going to have, etc. So what's something that you do or something that you've discovered that has helped you? Does that make sense? Yeah.
So I think one thing particularly I feel like I've maybe become more aware of in quarantine and in lockdown is when you're having like a bad day or you're feeling like things getting on top of you, to not be like frustrated with yourself for feeling that way, but to kind of accept and acknowledge that feeling. So for example, you know, I work without going into too much of what I work into, I work in situations that are and projects that are like very high pressure. So things are always trying to be delivered and you know, in very short timelines and all this type of stuff. So what that obviously means is that a lot of pressure builds and a lot of, you know, your to-do list piles up quicker than you can even start removing stuff, right? And often that's quite difficult to manage.
Yeah.
And sometimes it gets a bit overwhelming, right? And you kind of feel a bit like you feel down, or you feel like you just feel really shitty. And I think one of the things that I by no means have it perfected, right? There's still lots that I need to change and learn in this area. But it's around, if you're feeling bad, you know, just acknowledging that, like taking 2 steps back and acknowledging that you feel like the way you are. And don't blame it on anything. Don't blame it on another person or a piece of work or whatever. Just acknowledge that you're feeling that way, that moment.
Yeah.
And then try and get it out of your head. So this was something I learned recently. I hadn't been doing it before, but things like, for example, writing it down, right? So if you're feeling like it's getting a bit too much. My to-do list isn't going down. Things are being piled on. I'm feeling really frustrated and down and all this type of stuff. Or if you're feeling anything else, write that down. Sometimes you can speak to people if you have a close friend or something, but people aren't always available and things like that. So, writing those things down, right? So if you feel like that, take 2 steps back, acknowledge that you feel like that. Don't be angry at yourself or angry at others, but then transfer all those feelings and things you have going on in your head out of your head. So it lets your head then either refocus on what you need to be done or lets you think of something positive, which gets you into a better place. Because what I was doing before, and I think is the case for many people, is that you then just have those thoughts just like whirring around in your head, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They just go around and then it consumes you. It's all you think of, and you find it really difficult to refocus and get back into kind of the swing of things. So one of the things that I've learned, and maybe it's been like exacerbated as a part of this whole quarantine and lockdown stuff, but it's that kind of process of, one, accepting that sometimes I'm going to just feel crappy, and then 2, taking the step back, and then 3, writing it down so I can actually make a conscious decision to move on. And move on with my life, move on to positive things, move on to progression, move on to getting things done, all the things that I want to be doing. That was probably a very deep answer to your question.
Yeah, but, it was very good. I hope a lot of people take that on board, actually. Yeah, because that's something I've recently realised as well, like, that everyone goes through stuff. Like, everyone goes through, like, pain, whether it be, like, someone stubbed their toe to them being like breaking the arm, and everyone feels like pain, whether it be relationships, friendships, your own like successes, or like wherever it is. Everyone feels that pain, and it's about not comparing that pain as well, and not feeling guilty for having that pain, because you know what, it's like a how I see it is it's like a graph, right? And the middle is you feeling neutral, the top is you feeling good, and the bottom is you feeling bad. And everyone goes through like these peaks and troughs through life. That's what you call life. Like, if you're not having these peaks and troughs, then you're not really living. It's kind of like it's how your heart rate has the peaks and troughs. It's kind of like that. It shows that you're living. Right. Well,
you gotta have the bad to appreciate the good, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that was my point. And you do have to have the bad to appreciate the good, but also knowing what to do and learning from those situations. So, like, for example, when I'm feeling good and stuff, this is like in a very simple way. When I'm feeling good and stuff, I create. I do things. I do more to like that. Like, really beneficial for my life, and I'm I'm progressing. And when I'm feeling bad, then I learn, right? And it's good because you can feel bad about any situation, and whilst when you acknowledge that you're feeling bad, like you said, like acknowledging it, maybe writing it down, then what I do is I learn about that. And what that does, you don't have to make the mistakes to learn. You can learn from other people's mistakes. You can learn from like reading, etc. So
well, that's what they say, right? You either succeed or learn. There's no such thing as failure.
Yeah, there's no such thing as losing, man. It's only winning or learning. Exactly. That's the only L we're taking in 2020, apart from this quarantine.
Apart from this coronavirus. Oh man, every time I think about it, I'm just like, it's such a shit situation, man. Anywho.
Talking to L's. Let's add a V to that. And let's go on into our top tiers.
I rate that segue. Hey, that's a sick segue. Even I was like, what? What's it? L? Take that L. I was like, what? Yeah, alright, cool. Let's jump into the tier list.
Start that.
Alright, so we decided to do like a streetwear hype beast type tier list. I saw like Randolph and Mini Minter doing tier lists on their podcast, the What's Good podcast. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we give it a try here as well?
Let's give it a shot.
Segment. Cool. So we got our categories. We got high path. We got I love it. We got medium rare, your average. We got your Poundland, and then we got your bin juice, man. Like, you get this out of the house. Get this out of your house.
That's
don't want any of this rubbish. All right, fine. Okay, the first one is feeler. What are you thinking on feeler?
Ooh, feeler.
Bro, I'm thinking man. Poundland. or even bin juice.
Yo, I remember seeing this video. If no one's seen this video of this kid, and it's actually a really good video. I don't know why I'm laughing. Like, and he's like, kids were bullying me at school because I was wearing Fila's. And yo, just type in like, I don't know, black kid talking about Fila shoes. It's honestly like a really inspirational video. But yeah, but saying that, bin juice. Like,
bin juice, yeah.
The last thing they brought out that I know is those stupid chunky shoes that every girl wears.
Bro.
Forget that.
Butter shoes, man. Butter shoes. All right, cool. Next one is Palace. I'm a big fan of Palace.
Ooh.
Bro, I am a big fan of Palace. I have quite a few Palace stuff.
Okay.
For me, it's I would put it in high path, but I don't know what you think. I don't know. Some people maybe put it in I love it. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, like I'm not really familiar with the brand. Is it like a skating?
Yeah, it's a skating brand.
Yeah, they're all about brand skating. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that in like medium rare.
Raw? No. We'll compromise with I love it, man. Palace is sick. I actually prefer it to Supreme. They don't necessarily have the range of stuff as Supreme, but like the tees and stuff like that are much nicer.
You mean they don't have bricks and
they don't sell crap like that. Yeah, they don't sell crap. All right, cool. Next one is an interesting one. Is Off-White.
Ooh. Okay. What are you thinking?
What do you own any Off-White stuff? Because I don't.
Yo, no. To be fair, yeah, I'm not into like. I appreciate these brands a lot. And, you know, I'd be like I'm into fashion myself.
Yeah.
But for myself, I don't rock it. I don't know, it's a bit weird. Like, I see myself as creating the pieces, but not necessarily, like, being a showcase of those pieces. But I would place, like, Off-White, knowing, like, Virgil, like, knowing of him, obviously, and, like, the story behind it, and him working with, like, Kanye West, and, like, the Apex. You remember Apex? I would put Off-White, especially with their new Nike thing and all the collaborations with the Hype AF, man.
Yeah, I think it has to. I think some of the like core Off-White stuff I think is not very nice. Yeah. But the collab stuff is so good.
So good.
The Nike collab stuff in particular, like I really wanted the Jordan 1s. The collab they did, the University Blue ones. They're so nice, but obviously like so difficult to get hold of.
So difficult.
But I'm not going to argue too much with you on Off-White.
No, you gotta be careful.
Well, the next one's interesting, right? Because it's a British brand and a brand that kind of got associated with chavs, but then like I'd say in the last 15, 20 years.
I know what you're on about.
Yeah, you already know. But then in the last like 15, 20 years, it's kind of like grown, and now it's back, I think, to being like known as a really premier fashion brand, and that is Burberry. I don't own any Burberry stuff. Like I thought about getting the scarf, you know, like the OG scarf.
Yeah.
But it was like 400 quid, and I was like, "But it 400 quid for a scarf, man."
Man.
For me, it goes medium rare. Like I very average.
Yeah, very very average. I think how they like did the 180 on, you know, the rebranding and stuff. Quite literally, like they took their patterns from the outside and put them inside instead. Like they quite literally did a 180.
But I think other than the pattern they're not really known for anything. I don't think. Like there's no like distinctive Burberry thing. Maybe that just is that pattern. And it kind of goes. But Next one is Elwi. Have you ever seen that Russell Peters? Have you ever seen that Russell Peters sketch? Elwi.
Louis.
Yeah. That sketch is sick. If any of you guys haven't watched that Russell Peters Louis Vuitton sketch,
Russell Peters, what a legend, man.
Yeah, legend.
You know what? LV, low-key being like killing it with like social media game.
I completely agree, man.
Y'all got Virgil on the menswear.
If we put Off-White
complex the every other day, like
man, it's sick. Well, I think if we're gonna put Off-White up there for the collabs, I think we need to put LV up there for the collabs as well,
100%.
The only thing, I have a like the duffel bag, like the Kepper bag they call it, which is like the large one, and I saved up a whole year for that bag, and it was like I'm not bragging here, but I'm just telling you how much it is, right? It was 1,200 quid, right?
Jeez.
For it's like an overnight bag. It's like a big overnight bag.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was like, bro, this is gas. I even got
Yeah.
my initials on the tag. I was like,
Oh,
yo, this is sick. But now, like, what is it, like 4 years later, I'm like, bro, that's so mad. I spent 1,200 quid on a bag.
On a bag.
That other than like 2 weekends a year sits in my closet because I'm too scared to I only take it if I'm like driving somewhere that I know the bag's not going to be like handled by other people.
Yeah.
Because I can't risk taking it on a plane, because if I take it on a plane and then they have to put it in the hold, nah, bro, it's not going in the hold, man. I don't care.
You're done.
My Louis Vuitton bag is done. So it's like I have it. But like I only use it if I'm going for like a road trip or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's still sick when I rock it. When I rock it, I'm like, joys.
Yeah, getting the £1,200 worth out of it.
Yeah. Why not?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's sick, man. But yeah, Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, hype AF.
Hype AF, yeah, 100%. Like the Louis Vuitton Off-White collab was interesting as well. When they did those those see-through bags.
Yeah.
They were sick. They were
with
really sick.
Like the chrome effect and stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm not sure on a see-through bag. It kind of feels a bit redundant. But anyways, I thought it was good. All right, cool. The next one is an interesting one. Is Adidas.
Ooh, okay. I've got a story to tell for this one. So Adidas, man, Kanye West, what an influence. Because at first I was like, all Nike. You know what? I still am, to be fair. Got the hat on, blah blah blah. Air Force every day, and it must have been like first year uni, and Kanye West was playing a massive influence with like Adidas and his whole Yeezy collection and stuff, and he rocked the all white Ultra Boost. Is it Ultra? Yeah, Ultra Boost, Pure Boost, something Boost.
The Ultra Boost one, right? Like the kind of like running type shoes. Yeah.
And me and my shoes, right? So I annoy my girlfriend loads with trainers, man.
Yeah.
Because I spent ages looking.
Yeah.
I'll be at 1 o'clock and I'll ask her, what do you think, the white ones or the black ones? Like.
Yeah.
Because it's important choices, by the way.
It is important.
And this is the most comfortable shoe ever. So I rate Adidas
Ultra
so
Boost,
high for that. And I think with the whole Yeezy collaboration, you know what, man? I have to. I don't know. Is it Hype AF or what's the second one again?
I don't know. I love it.
I'll go for
I love
a second
it.
one.
I would say I love it too. I think.
I love it.
I think Adidas has definitely upped their game in the last.
Such a. I love it.
Yeah. They just like. I feel like the Yeezy thing has been a big help to them.
Massive.
But I think just even like some of the Adidas original stuff. Like I prefer the Adidas original stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's much nicer. They still have like the OG stuff as well, like the Stan Smiths and stuff that are really, really nice.
Yeah.
But I think, now more than before, they have like a really good like range of stuff. So they have on one end, they're doing collabs with like Palace and stuff on a Juventus kit. And then they've got the Yeezys, and then they've got Adidas Originals, and then they've got like football stuff. So I think now, like before, I don't think they've ever had it this way, but they've kind of really got a good range of stuff, which means that if you're a sports person or like a hype beast person or whatever, there's something that Adidas makes for you, which I think is sick, which is why I think it definitely has to go into I love it.
I love it.
I think it has to be there. All right, cool. Next one's an interesting one. I don't think we're the target demographic for this brand. But that is Stone Island.
Little Stoney. What is it, on the left sleeve or the right sleeve?
Bro, I don't know on Stone Island, man. Like, I think people pay so much for that stupid little badge. I'm like, it doesn't even. I don't know. Man. I really don't like it.
I see this when I go like Selfridges or something. It's the first thing I see going down the escalators, and I'm just like, this stuff ain't too great. Like, it looks like you can get it. Remember, like, I don't know, shops like Blue Ink or something. Like you found them there, man.
Bro, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's bad, but I don't think it's that bad. But for me, I think it goes in Poundland. I don't think it goes in Poundland. Because I think some of the stuff is alright, but I think just I think I associate the type of people that wear Stone Island.
Okay.
With the brand.
100%.
No offense to anyone who wears Stone Island,
No
but
one-
like, I don't know.
They're ripping off their Stonies right now.
I don't think they give a shit what I say. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, for me, yeah, I think Stone Island we whack in Poundland. The next brand is a very, very interesting one, because they have grown in the mainstream a lot in the last like at least 5 years, and that's mainly down to the triple S's. So that is Balenciaga. What do you think about Balenciaga, man? I don't know,
man.
I don't know.
Yo, they're incredible. First of all, they're incredible. As
Really?
in, how has someone made incredible in the sense of they've taken something so simple and then basically made it wacky, and now they're selling it. Like, some of the stuff I see is
Yeah, it's mad. Isn't it?
borderline like crazy,
Yeah, it's wacky.
and like the chunkiness of the shoes. I don't know.
Do you like the
man.
triple S's? Do you like the triple S's? I hate them. I think they're disgusting.
They're
And
just
way
a bit
overpriced.
overkill at it. They're a little bit overkill.
I don't even get the appeal. Like, I don't even know why people buy the knockoffs in like H&M or Zara.
Oh,
Like,
dead.
I don't know, man. For me, Balenciaga is a medium rare, man. Like, it's just a medium rare. Like, I don't know about
Yeah.
you, but for me, it's a medium rare, man.
You know what though? I think the clothing, the quality of it is actually decent.
Oh, I'm sure it is, but you're
So-
probably like 800 quid for a pair of crappy trainers. I expect it to be good, man. I expect it to be good.
Yeah. I'll think whack it in medium rare, man.
Medium rare. Medium rare. All right, cool. All right, the next one is an interesting brand. Again, I think I've said that for every single one, but it's Champion.
Okay.
Do you own
Yeah.
any Champion? Do you own any Champion stuff?
I think I used to, like, when I was like 12.
Bro, me too, man. Me too.
I just think of this brand yet of like childhood reminiscence, man, because
Definitely.
I don't know where they went for like literally like 10 years or something, but this brand just disappeared, and now they're back with like FaZe Clan,
Yeah,
with like
yeah.
merch, and like
Yeah, man, they're
they'll
big,
be like collaborating, like Mike Maylak's clothing, the Night Shift clothing. You've got Champion on there,
Yeah.
and
I think they're killing it, though.
Where have they turned into like a merch thing?
I think they-
And
but I think they-
I also
I've-
mess with the hoodies, hella loads, man. I need to
Yeah,
get myself
yeah.
actually. I need to get myself one.
I think they're quite clever. I think they chose a strategy, right? Which was, we're going to go to that type of late teens, early 20 type of market. We're going to just go ham for that market, right? So,
Yeah.
so you know, like the main place people buy Champion, right, is Urban Outfitters, right?
Right.
That place is like, you know, that shop exists for that like 17 to 24 market, right?
100%. Yeah.
Like and you know, things like the FaZe Clan stuff and all those other collabs you mentioned, I think that's all part of like that strategy of theirs.
Right.
For those types of people who kind of have a bit of money either from mom or dad or have started working and have money, I think they've really kind of targeted that. But I think the thing that's really good about Champion is, as you say, with like the hoodies, man, like they have some OG stuff, right? They're just like must-haves in your wardrobe.
Literally, man.
Which is why for me, I think it's like either medium rare or I love it. I don't know. What
I
do
love
you
it.
think?
You know. I think I
You
love
love it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of agree, man. I think it's just like OG stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
But speaking of OG stuff,
Okay.
the next brand we have is Ralph Lauren.
Ooh.
How many polos did you either have or do you have?
Yo, are you crazy, man? Do you not remember me? And I had a polo for like every single city. It was ridiculous.
Bro, I don't
going,
remember
like,
that. I don't remember that. I don't ever
Yeah,
remember seeing
man.
you in a Ralph Lauren polo.
Yo, my favorite one was the blue one, man. I think it was like
Wait, what color pony? Was it the red pony or the white pony?
red. I don't even remember. I don't know.
Because I have
Must have been the red one, you know.
I have three. I have the blue one with the red pony,
Okay.
the black one with the purple pony, and a
Okay.
green one with the red pony.
Wait. Are you on about with the cities on it as well?
No. This is just the small logo.
man.
This is just the small logo. Like,
Mine was a big one. Yeah.
oh, did you have the big 3 in the middle as well?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I always used to think those ones were like very tacky, and it was
Yeah,
the,
100%.
like, just the OG, really simple ones that were nicer. But
Yeah.
people used to like. Do you remember? Like, I would say maybe it was like maybe it was like 8 to 10 years ago, where like people were just banging Ralph Lauren polos. Everyone was wearing Ralph Lauren polos.
Bro, everyone, man.
I remember when I used to go to America, it used to be ham, man. America was because I mean, going from the UK, like here you'd pay like 80 quid for a polo, and it'd work out the equivalent. It'd be like 40 quid when you go to the US. You'd be like, bro, this is mad. And you just take like every color.
That is so true. I think that is what happened, you know, because I remember having like this red one and then like a green one.
Yeah.
Yo, I messed with those heavy back in the day, but now I think like the hoodies are something I see as like attractive, you could say.
Yeah,
like something I would buy. But what do you think, man? Like,
I don't know. I
think
liking? I don't. So what's interesting is I wear my Ralph Lauren polos when I'm going to family's house who are elders.
Okay.
Like I don't have like a smart casual wardrobe. Like I either have smart, which is work, which is like suits and shirts and stuff, and then I have casual, which is like tracksuits, shorts, t-shirts. I have like nothing in between. So like my Ralph Lauren polos, like if I'm going to my aunt or uncle's house or something, I'm like, okay, I can go safe with a Ralph Lauren polo with a pair of jeans or something.
Classic,
So for me, like that's what I think. I think the thing about Ralph Lauren though that people forget is that they actually do a lot of fashion that isn't related to the little pony logo and isn't mainstream. But I think for the purpose of this, like for me, I feel like medium rare. Like I feel like it had its day, but like it's kind of lost its way a bit. And maybe if they had collabed with like Supreme, I think they might have actually collabed with Supreme at some point, but something like that could have really helped them maybe.
Yeah, medium rare, man. Medium
rare. All right, cool. The next one we have is Gucky.
What
do you think?
There's a lot to say about this brand.
There is a lot to say about Gucky.
Yo, first and foremost, what were they thinking with that? Like, what was it? Like a polo, and it had like the lips on it, and they got done for like the blackface thing.
Oh yeah.
Remember
that was mad. What idiot did that, bro?
These designs go through iterations of people looking at them, designing them, creating them. They did that on purpose, man. How did they not?
It made a storm, right? And it got Gucci in the press. So that's the main thing.
Then you've got the is it the logo with the snake going through it? The simple
all the snake stuff, right? All the snake stuff is huge, right? Like the aces as well. The Gucci aces, the trainers. I went to Paris last year. We went to the Gucci store and I saw a hoodie. It was like a black hoodie and it had the reverse G type of logo on it, and it was in like a reflective, like rainbowy type color. And I was like, bro, this looks sick. I was so tempted to buy it, but it worked out to £800. And I was like, as much as I love this and I really, really want to, I just can't justify £800 on a hoodie.
Yo, I don't even know how you justified £1,200 on a bag.
I don't think I can even now, but it's mad, man. Like I don't know, for me, I feel like Gucci has definitely stepped up their game in the last like 5 years, and they've become 100%. A lot more like I'd say mainstream, but like still keeping that kind of premium brand thing.
Yeah.
So for me, they go in. I love it. I don't know about you.
Yeah, man. I mess with the trainers quite a lot.
The aces.
Like the different, those ones, and I think they're just like a white simple one with the black the red and the green like back tags or whatever. So I'll put them in. I love it.
Alright, cool. Alright, the next one is Vans.
Interesting.
Now I like Van in terms of shoes. Like I really like the shoes. I used to own a pair. I don't anymore.
Were they white?
No, they weren't. Well, the first pair I had were slip-ons, and they were the black and grey checked ones. You know, like the ones that are checked. Yeah. And then after that, I bought the just all black ones.
Okay.
But I feel like everyone started wearing those black ones with the kind of white stripe on the side.
100%.
And it became such a basic bitch shoe.
literally, every
man.
girl, man, wears that, man. And you're like with like Palace,
Yeah.
because it's like a skater brand, right?
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That's the thing. Like I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't rock anything as such.
Yeah.
I would throw them in the air and hope they land, upright.
Yeah.
If someone's got white Vans on, I'll be like, back at it again. But yeah, man.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn. But
God, that's an OG, man.
I'll put a medium rare for me.
Yeah, I was gonna agree, medium rare.
Because they're not Powerland, man. I can appreciate.
No, they're not Powerland because it is nice, right? They are nice. They do some good skater stuff. All right, the next brand is a very interesting one. It's very, very difficult to get hold of.
Okay.
And that is V-Loan or Vlone.
Ooh.
I think it's V-Loan. I've always called it V-Loan.
V-Loan.
I've never called it Vlone. I don't think it's called Vlone.
No, not Vlone.
Yeah, what do you think on V-Loan?
Yeah, so I bought this like one V-Loan piece in first year uni when I thought I was an absolute baller.
Alright, go on then.
And it was like my favourite thing to wear, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was bright orange and I loved it. It was like, look at me. And I think ASAP Mob were ones to like really introduce it to my eyes and like make it known.
I remember seeing Rocky wear it. Rocky was like the first person I saw like really Rocky and Ferg for me were like the two people I saw like wearing V-Loan. I think the good thing about them is like it's still super hard to get hold of V-Loan stuff.
Very, man.
Like and I think that's really good. Like all the other brands we've talked about, even if they have exclusive stuff, you can still quite easily get a hold of their stuff. Whereas V-Loan still is so difficult, man. Which is why for me, I think it goes in I love it.
I agree, man. I agree.
I think it's really nice and simple. Something has to go there. Alright, cool. We got a couple left, so we'll rattle through these. But the next one is Comme des Garçons.
I love them. I love their Converse.
The Converse. I need a pair, man. I need a pair.
And it's probably the favorite brand that you're going to set out of all of them. I love this. I just love simple stuff. Like me, I rock a black tee every day. I wouldn't mind if there was a little gold love heart or red love heart or black love heart on my sleeve or like my chest. I'll mess with them heavy, man. It's not too expensive. Yeah. Reasonably priced. Like it's quality. It's good price. Like it's still designer. I mess with them heavy, man. I put them hype AF. Yeah, facts.
Really?
Yeah, facts.
I don't know. For me, they're not on par with like Off-White Louboutin. So I'm gonna go and I love it.
Alright, fair.
And maybe you can supersede one of my votes later on. Alright, cool. The next one for me is a no-brainer. That is Nike.
Oh, mate, is there one above hype AF?
Yeah, I'm about to say this goes straight. This goes at the front of hype. Oh wait, if it lets me, this goes at the front of Hype Half, man. It's just so good.
Blue ribbon. Imagine from Blue Ribbon to Nike. Their swoosh costing $35. I love everything about Nike, man. How it grew.
God, it's such a good
things
story.
they do, the apps they've got, the athletes they've got.
Yeah.
Man, everything they make is just
so good.
Quality.
So good. I don't think there's any much more to say on Nike, man. They're just so good.
There's not, to be fair, man. Like,
alright, next one is... I think I know where I go, but I'll be interested in saying that is Supreme.
Okay. Yeah, man. Every Thursday.
It's the OG. For me, it's the OG. Like, it's the OG of kind of all of this whole hype beast streetwear type of stuff, right? It is the one that started it all. Those man from 06 who were buying box logos back then, they knew what they were doing.
They do, man.
They knew what they were doing. They see man now paying $1,000 for a box logo.
That's crazy.
But Hype Half for me, mate. Hype Half.
Man.
Has to be Hype Half.
I want to buy those like weird items where it's like a lighter and like a brick.
Yeah.
And, like all of those. I want to buy those instead, man. Just keep them around the house everywhere, man.
But even some of that stuff is super expensive, man. Like you try and buy it on resale. Like I have. What do I have? I have a couple of Supremes. I have a couple of T-shirts and stuff. I have the boxers. Everyone has the Supreme boxers. I have like a backpack.
Yeah.
I resold a few things that I bought.
Yeah, you into that resale stuff though?
Well, I was into it a little bit. So like about a couple of years ago, I used to. This was back when I was living at home, right? So my expenditure was like zero. I used to. It was both Supreme and Yeezys that I would try and buy at retail.
Yeah.
And then sell them on. So most of the time, I wouldn't get anything on retail or get anything good on retail. Right. So I didn't really bother. But if I could, then I would. The odd item I would resell. The thing that really did it for me and I invested a bit more time into reselling was I managed to sell when the cream white Yeezys first came out. So the first drop of the cream white 350 V2s when they came out, I managed to get 3 pairs. 10.5. So sorry, I actually got 3 pairs at 10.5 and 1 pair at 7.5 for my cousin. Because that 1 pair I gave to my cousin for retail because I was like, it's family, right? Yeah. And so 1 pair I bought for myself because I was like, I already had the black and the black and the white ones. So I was like, I'll keep 1 pair and then I'll resell 2.
Yeah.
So I managed to sell. Obviously, like at that time they were going on sale at like 8 a.m. in the morning, right? I managed to sell. This was when they retailed for 150. I was able to sell 2 pairs before midday for 400 a piece.
Oh my days.
Like this was when like Facebook reselling was huge, right? And I was like, Jesus, I've made 500 quid sitting in my bed in the morning. I was like, bro, this is mad. And then when my pair came, the one that I wanted, I looked at it, I opened it, and I was like, bro, these are so white. I'm going to be so paranoid about getting these dirty. So I sold them as well.
Mad. Yeah, they were nice, man. They were actually nice.
But when they released that first drop, we didn't think that there was going to be a subsequent drop, like another drop. Yeah. So obviously everyone went hard. But then later on, they've released pretty much an unlimited supply of the cream whites. So their value just absolutely.
That was always Kanye West's like idea, though, right? Like to make them like a mainstream shoe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was always to get them mainstream. Yeah. All right, cool. The last brand we have, and I'm surprised this one is here. There are a couple of brands that maybe we didn't that I thought might have been on this tier list, but not. Those are like Moncler and Antisocial Social Club.
Okay, yeah.
But they're not on here, so we don't have to talk about them. But the last one is Raf Simons.
Ooh, little Raf.
I don't mess with this stuff, man. I don't know. Do you?
I can't recall any like articles of clothing that he's put out. To be honest,
it's quite like. If I was to compare it to something, I'd say it's like close to like a mixture of like Off-White and Balenciaga, I would say.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of style, but yeah, like I don't mess with it. I'd personally be fine putting it in Poundland.
Yeah, man. Like to be fair, I don't really know about it like that. Yeah. Like I can't recall it. So yeah,
Poundland it is.
Maybe 99p store, but
exactly. But yeah, there we have it. That is the tier list of streetwear hype beast stuff. Let us know in the comments what you think. If you disagree with us, I'm sure you do. I'm sure people disagree with us.
Cool. So that was an interesting tier list right there. Let us know in the comments below what you think. Give us your tiers. And whilst you're down in the comments, make sure you like, subscribe. Kieran, do you want to shout out your channels?
All that good stuff. Yeah. I'll include all the stuff here. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all of that good stuff. Go check it out.
Cool.
Yeah, drop us a follow and all that.
Cool. And thank you for listening, everyone on audio as well. We're on Spotify. I've now got verified for Apple Podcasts, so that's a win. Nice one. But yeah, thank you for listening.
All right, cool. Peace, guys.
Peace. Bye.
Have a good one.